All right, Kevin, let's take a look here. See what you got.
You don't want to stop because you're afraid you're gonna miss the big win. Like you're gonna miss one.
I'd maybe consider fading into this right here because it just kind of starts, right? So maybe add a little bit of a fade just to kind of segue in because it's...
I don't want to miss one.
Yes.
But I also don't want to be out here till 5 o'clock.
One,
That's
start.
good. I like that.
Oklahoma College.
So, okay, right there, you had that rocket. I would let that audio, that kind of pull that, just the audio, not the video, underneath so it kind of trails because that was a pretty hard hit from one thing to the next.
Are you guys like, so are you guys like teachers, professors, or?
Yep. They are.
She's the division chair for the physical science division.
Awesome, awesome.
That was that's that audio there. That's pretty rough. What I would suggest is cut you. The camera's pretty shaky here.
Well, Northern Oklahoma College has a high-power rocket team.
Right.
We actually
I would cut to this because it says what's going on. Like you can put their name and who they are and what they're doing, but also it sounds like you're kind of interrupting them as they're talking.
participated in First Nations launch rocketry for last 3 years.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't want to talk while they're talking.
We had our championship team 2 years ago, and our team won best report last year. So this is one of our.
Maybe at the beginning, maybe some text of explaining where you are and what you're doing, because it's a little like we're just kind of like thrown into the mix of everything. There's no ease into what's going on, who they are. So like you could put a title, their name, and what they do underneath.
Competition rockets that we had out.
Also, I'm noticing you're 10 seconds over the time limit. So really, I can already tell like that first interaction with them could be trimmed down.
Okay.
And we are going to be holding a competition later this spring.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah. We're going to be doing for high schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really don't, like with the interview, let them talk, finish what they're saying.
Awesome. Just
So like all of that there can be cut out at the end. Again, here's another like put their name, who they are, and what they do as a title.
Okay, my name's Harry.
So you can cut those first few, like him saying what his name is and everything then.
Spears. I also go by the Motor Man, and I sell motors at the launches.
awesome, awesome. How long have you been doing this, sir?
I've been doing the
You could just cut maybe to there.
motor thing for 10 years.
10 years. What made you start in this hobby?
Well, I
Why, I'm just curious why y'all didn't have it on the tripod.
started the hobby as a kid.
Yeah.
At the beginning of
Because it seems like you're both working the camera and asking questions.
space race. I was
Okay.
So he's looking directly in the
always in
camera,
the space,
which is sort of off-putting.
rockets, airplanes, and that.
Okay.
So,
And again, yeah, those yas, yeah, I mean, that just, it feels more like behind the scenes of like a wedding video. So you need to cut you out of it so much.
as a kid, I think it was about 1966, I flew my first distance rocket.
Okay. Awesome. This is excellent. Well, thank you, sir.
So yeah, like all of that. Maybe going in between people talking, throw some B-roll.
All right, so what brings you here?
Again, cut you out. We don't need to hear the question. We just need to...
The club, Rocket Club, putting on the launch, and just here to help. So I just volunteer.
This is borderline unusable with that music. This interview could probably go.
Okay. How long you been part of this club?
25 years.
25 years. Yeah. So what made you start?
Again, you can't... I don't... Unless you were like up there interviewing them, like with a microphone, like you were in frame, it just is kind of.
One of the guys I worked with
Yeah.
was doing it, and I thought, well, that'd be interesting. So we went out to a launch and
Okay.
had 3 small children at the time.
Okay.
And my wife, we thought it was a good thing.
Yeah, so I would have maybe just seen whoever had the music going just to say, could you cut the music for just a minute while in between interviewing people?
Good way to get outside and do some things.
Okay. Okay.
Again, yeah, next time don't talk while they're talking.
So, what has been your most memorable experience with the rocket launch?
Me and one of the other club members, our
Yeah.
families, we drove out to California to the national launch, LDRS, and that was quite an
So
experience.
right now there's not much of a story. It's just sort of a collection of interviews. And I think that's something you need to build into this, but I would
There
Yeah.
were huge rocks. One of the major
or
national
see if you can find moments of what he's saying that's usable while that
events.
Yeah.
There's huge rockets
I'd say while the music's cut out but you're talking to
going
him.
off all the time, all day long.
Wow.
It was out in Lucerne dry lake bed,
Okay.
just miles of flat sand, and there were launches of things you would not have believed.
Wow.
It's really something.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. You take care, sir.
So like again, all of that, there's if he's got gems of things he says where the audio is clear, you can maybe pull that out. But we don't need to hear your interaction with them. Again, unless you were like on camera and participating.
All right, so what brings you here?
Well, I'm president of Tulsa Rocketry.
Okay.
So again, yeah, this is just like it's hard to. It's just not a documentary.
I'm kind of the leader of this bunch.
Okay. Okay.
So this is a good interview, but yeah, you can't like converse with them while they're like ask them the question, give them a chance to explain, ask them the next question.
That's my interest. I've been coming out here since 2010, 2011
Okay.
on that.
And again, I'm just curious since you all just did sort of one. You're just doing one shot. Like, why didn't you all just put it on the tripod? And
So, what made you start this hobby?
My kids.
Yeah.
So I did it when I was a kid. My kids came home with a rocket one day, wanted a place to fly it, so I came out here, and
so right there, like him talking about this.
Yeah.
so I did it when I was a kid.
I did it when I was a kid.
My kids came home with a rocket.
So now if you put what his name is, and again, it's kind of, this is an extremely wide shot. Like there's so much stuff I just don't need to see. So next time, I mean, you could get wide, but it's like, he looks tiny in the frame, right? And he's sitting down, so you're looking down on him, so it makes him look even smaller. But I'm kind of wondering why y'all chose not to use the tripods for these interviews, because they're just static shots. So the camera work's a little distracting. But going back, he's talking about why he started. That's all we need.
One day, wanted a place to fly it, so I came out here, and then one kid had the rocket, the other one wanted a rocket. I thought that this is a good hobby to do something with my kids. For my daughter, it lasted a year. For my son, it lasted, 4 or 5 years. And then they.
So again, stop the yeah, like while you can nod, that way they see your, but again, I think you're running the camera too. But I could be wrong, but the eye line is dead center in the camera with everybody, and that does work, but it's kind of off-putting, and then the camera's shaky. So it's got this odd sort of feel, but this seems like something you could put in the beginning. Then while they're talking, put some B-roll of the rockets and then
Grow up and move on, and I've got a hobby.
Wonderful. So, what has been your best experience
again cut you
with this hobby?
The best experience?
Best experience.
Just the building and the engineering and the science. that's kind of what got me started. Lately,
Oh, you gotta stop talking.
it's teaching, mentoring, it's being able to run an event and give rockets away and see kids have fun.
Like in the example I showed you at Subiaco, where there is a second where the director is asking them a question, like we did like natural sound, like he's driving the pickup, asking like one question, that you can hear the director from behind the camera ask every once in a while, like that you include, that's okay. Now, this conversational tone, it's just making it to where you already have audio issues between the music and the wind.
It's about helping and serving and teaching, and the older I get, the more of that I do. I don't fly as much as I used to.
So because y'all were so far back too, that the mic is just so far from the mouth, it's picking up a lot.
But I still enjoy the hobby. And,
like here, I would not use any of this.
it's a great learning experience for kids. Get them involved, interested in
It's just unusable.
science and math and engineering and doing stuff with their hands.
There's at least 4 sources of sound, so
When they, when it clicks and they get it.
Well, thanks for sharing.
So that a lot of that, this last question could be cut out. He had a segment of uninterrupted talking about it.
Because other people saw it come down. But it was definitely really cool. I had no idea this is how today was.
This is unusable.
I'm so here for it.
So that could probably all be cut out.
All right. So, what do you think?
I think this is awesome. Like seeing all
Again, cut you out.
the kids out here getting involved, making rockets,
Oh, you gotta quit talking.
Yeah.
STEM, then watching it go off, the sounds and how high they go. This is really cool. Really, really cool. And then I saw that they're taking a much bigger rocket out there.
I should have told y'all to just like, if there's something like that, like pull people away from music or noises or anything, because it's like unlistenable. Or go over to the music person and just say, can we get a few minutes of quiet?
Yeah.
I have to say, they're my favorite.
All right. So with that big rocket, what is it that you liked about that, or didn't like about it?
It's the sound.
It's the sound,
I
right?
like hearing the sound. And then after this,
Where is your B-roll? Like, where are more shots of like the actual rockets and the actual, like what's going on?
sound, it's how high does it go?
Yeah.
And I can't keep up with them coming down, so there's no hope that I can see that happening. But the sound of
What also, did you just send me like a real low resolution? Because the shot is not.
effect is what's really
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is so not what I expected, but I'm loving it.
Good job.
It's a little unusable as well, especially towards the end. And then is this just black? Okay, so you left some black. So I think you can get this down to about 3 minutes, maybe even like if you went under. I'd rather a tighter 2 minutes than a 3 minute of too much. So there's way too much of you. You need to cut you out. We need an actual story. What's going on? Where are we? Why are we doing it? And if you need to use like titles, that's fine. But it's kind of, and then there's like this. So when I say B-roll, that shot of like the rocket going up, that's what I'm talking about. Or just more shots of the actual rocket. Like that's the closest thing to show where we're at, and it just cuts out. But the other is just I'm not sure what's going on. I went to download this, and it's not wanting to download. So I can't tell if it's just how you exported it or what's going on.
College, yeah.
Are you guys like, so are you guys,
So yeah, see if you can get this to 3 minutes. You know, the less is going to be more on this. Build your story. Where are you? What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Who are the people? What's the story? Like, see if you can kind of build some element of that into it. Get some B-roll on there. Cut those interviews way down so that it's just the important information, and then try and cut you as much out. So I'm wondering, did you all, like, the way you did it was, did you all share footage? Or did you shoot a segment like, this will be my movie, somebody else shot a segment, that'll be their movie, somebody else, but I think you all, like, shared footage. So see if you can get a little bit more B-roll in there. But all in all, I mean, you got it there, you got the bones, and now you just need to whittle it down. So it's a great first effort. And see what you can do with that to just really trim it down. I think that's just the big thing, is trim down, build a story, and let's see what you come up with. All right, good work. I hope these notes help. I can sometimes come off a little harsh, but that's just because I want it to turn out great for you. So try those things and see how it looks. Show it to some other people too then, and say, you know, what do you think? So let's go from there and see what happens. But good work.